Welcome, welcome. We're happy that you're here. This week's FTMO Friday is going to focus on the tools of the trade. One of those very important tools is the FTMO website itself. Let me go ahead and pull up the PowerPoint presentation. Information that is covered here is for education, and this is not giving trading advice. Of course, there are no guarantees. If you join in our group, in our team, that you will be a successful FTMO trader. I firmly believe that this will increase your likelihood. When you log on, there's a menu on the left-hand side, and we're just going to go through section by section of that menu. To start off with, we'll look at the client area. In the client area, the first thing that you'll see, it will show you what challenges that you're in, all in the same area. It will show you what verifications you're in. It will show you any free trials that you have going and whether they are ongoing or whether you have passed them. You'll also see that you have two big squares at the bottom to either start a new free trial or to start a new FTMO challenge. You are not able to run two free trials at the same time. Now, FTMO challenge, you could start as many challenges as you want. You can run them at the same time or one after the other. Of course, your FTMO challenges are paid. So consider if you are wanting to do a bunch of challenges at the same time, it's your option. It's going to have your login information. It's going to have what your total balance is. It's going to have what date your trial or challenge will end. And then when it's over, it's going to have the results there as well. If you look all the way at that right top corner, you'll see that it has a toggle. Leave it as visible, or you can close it. So if you're having challenge after challenge, free trial after free trial, you can have an entire list. You don't have to. Just click to no, and you won't see any of that information at all. Or click on show all, and it will show all of them. So the first part that you see with that red arrow, it says credentials. It's going to be assigned its own login number. It's also going to be assigned its own password. The investor passwords is not for us. Whatever server you have chosen is going to be on there. My platform that I work off of is the MT4 or the MetaTrader 4 platform. You have three options here. You can either trade on the MT4 platform, the MT5 platform, which is the newer version of MT4 that has some really cool features, or you can trade with CTrader. CTrader is only available outside of the USA, unfortunately. I've heard some really good, wonderful things about CTrader. The next thing is to plug that login and that password into your MT4 account. So you would go over to MT4, and you'll see a screen that looks something like this. You click on new account, and it'll ask you if you are wanting to open up a demo account. They're talking about an MT4 demo account. You don't want that. You are wanting to log into an existing account because you have an account on hold through FTMO. So you click on that, and then it takes you to a search bar here. So type in FTMO, and you will see that it comes up FTMO Server 1, FTMO Server 2, and FTMO Free Trial or the demo are your choices. If you have a challenge, click on Server 2. For some reason, every time I click on server 1, it won't work. The next screen, you plug in your login number and your password. And then I usually click save because I don't want to type that in every time that I have a trade. Whenever you are logging into an existing account, if you have an account with, say, LQD FX, or if you have an account with FX Choice or Hugo's Way or a broker elsewhere, that is not where you are going to be trading this account. Back in like May 2020 or so, they changed everything over to their one brokerage account. So always type in FTMO server 2 or the demo, and that is where your FTMO account will be housed. So then we see that it has metrics next. What are metrics? Metrics is where FTMO tracks how well you are trading, how long you stay in a trade, what lot sizes you had used, if it was appropriate risk management, all these aspects of your trading. So at the very, very end of the trial or the challenge, whether you win or not, whether you pass or not, you will receive an analysis of how well you traded, what areas you can improve on. And I found this very, very helpful. This is an example of what metrics you are able to see. This will have your current result in the form of a graph. It shows you where you are in your challenge, just like how we are always wanting to be aware of where we are in the market. This tells you the start of the challenge. It tells you if the challenge is still open or ongoing. And almost more importantly, it tells you when your challenge ends. So keep in mind that holidays are not tradable. Keep in mind that weekends you can't trade Forex because the Forex market is closed. You can continue to trade cryptocurrency though, but you just can't trade Forex over the weekend. Whenever your account is open, it will say mentor app over here. Whenever your account has closed, it will have a printout or report for you to view, and it will say analysis. Here's an example of an account analysis that I did on a free trial. It'll have your success rate. Mine was 68.83%. It will tell you your risk to reward ratio. It will tell you the most common lot size that you had used, etc. I was only at 68.83% successful, yet I passed the challenge. So you don't have to be in the 90s or the 80s, or for me, in my case, even the 70s, yet I still pass the challenge. You need to change your lot size accordingly. So those are some of the things that we've learned from the team and through Coach Andre, who teaches us about risk management. These are the trading objectives that all 4 of these have to be passed in order to pass the challenge or the demo free trial. If even one of those have a red X, you are not going to be successful. You're not going to pass. So it has your minimum number of trading days, which some people trade for 1 day, 2 days, and they pass. But you have up to 14 on a free trial, and you have up to 30 days on an actual paid challenge account. It will tell you what your max loss is so that you can hover underneath, you can stay underneath that max loss. When I'm in a trade, I look on my phone on MT4, and I can see how much loss I have. I have already plugged into risk management, how much percentage of my account, whether that's 1, 2, or 3%, that I decided I wanted to risk per trade, and eventually or essentially per day as well. And then it always tracks your max loss, like how much at the maximum can you lose and still pass this challenge. And then it also has your profit target, how much it is that you are wanting to make to win this challenge or free trial. Are there any questions in the chat that I can answer?
No, there are no questions in the chat at this time.
So next is your profile. And I know this seems like really rudimentary, but you would be surprised. Whenever you are filling out this profile area, you want to be sure that you use whatever name is being used for the IRS or for whenever you file your taxes. Because guess what? The income that you make on this account is taxable. And so you want everything to match up. Now, just from being in our team, we have been taught that you can avoid a lot of taxes by trading under an LLC, which is a limited liability corporation, instead of trading under your own name or under your own personal account. It's very informational, very advantageous. I would never have known this had I not been part of our team. Our team is on top of making sure that you make the most profit and that you make it in the right way. For example, you don't want to be trading under someone else's name, like your children, or trading for other people. That is totally illegal. Treat your trading like a business. This is potentially an immense stream of income that can replace your current annual salary and then some. And then the next section is downloads. These are all downloadable apps that are here to help you succeed. So you'll see that there's a mentor app, that there's a Fibonacci app that can either download onto MetaTrader 5 or MetaTrader 4. There's an indicator that indicates breakout zones. And then there's a tool for stop loss and take profit values. All of these here you are able to download, but they ask that you use a Google Chrome browser. And then the next area is extras. These are just bonuses that the FTMO people threw in there from their FTMO partners. I covered the names and faces up to hide their identities. But as you can see, they have offers there that offer you 25% off of this program or that program, 50% off, 15% off. FTMO also offers their own trading academy. Now, I will say that the trading academy is not a large selection. You have your beginner videos that are about 8 videos, and they're a couple minutes each. They give you a basic understanding of trading. They just touch on the things that you need to know. That if I was a trader who didn't have the wow platform that I have, and I just knew nothing about trading, I just heard about FTMO, and I'm like, I need some type of information, then these are good for that. Thank goodness we have an entire World of Wisdom platform that really equips you on every level, from beginning to moderate to advanced, on how to become a successful trader in the Forex market, in indices, in cryptocurrencies. You can trade all of that on FTMO. But anyway, go ahead and look at the videos. Every bit of knowledge helps to become a better trader. I wouldn't think that the platform has extensive education, because that is not what FTMO does. FTMO helps us make money by being a prop firm. They're just staying in their own lane. But we have access to like a multiple 5-lane highway that you can learn about Forex, you can learn about indices. You can stay in that one lane, but learn so much more. Say, I want to trade only indices on the challenge, because I know that when I trade indices, I make so much more pips, so much more points, so much more quickly. I got to do this challenge in 30 days. It's timed and I have to get to the end point quickly. So that's up to you. Then they have videos on the various trading platforms, like I said, MT4, MT5, and C Trader. Then they have a couple of trading tips. And then on the very end, you'll see that they have a bunch of YouTube videos of people who have done well on the FTMO challenges so far. And guys, I really like to look at testimonials. It really encourages me. There is someone who was struggling and now they are winning, and I love that. So next is billing. Let's cover that, because there are certain things that I've run into that you might run into too. Whenever you pay for an FTMO challenge, when you click on billing, it's going to have the date that you purchased the challenge. It's going to have how much you paid for it. And it's going to give you a printed invoice that you have the ability to go ahead and print out for your taxes or for your own purposes. Whenever you are paying for an FTMO challenge, be aware that sometimes your bank might put a hold on it, because this is a money institution and there's a lot of fraud that goes on and happens. And so you will see fraud alert go off in like a heartbeat. If I take 5 cents out, they're like calling me, "Is that you? Did you make that withdrawal? Yes, press 1. If no, press 2. If you don't know, hold on and we'll wait." I'm like, can you calm down? Yes, I am paying the FTMO challenge, people. So just be aware of that. I have progressed now to the point where whenever I'm going to make a payment, I like call my bank and I'm like, "I'm going to make this payment. Please stay on the line while it goes through." When that happens, if you don't catch it, then it will say on your payout list, "not paid yet." Then you have to go back and try to pay it again with another process, with another charge. Just be aware of that before you call FTMO and be like, "Well, I paid for your challenge. Why don't I see it?" Make sure that you received an email with an invoice first, that charge actually went through.
There are a couple of questions in the chat, not specifically about the billing though.
Okay, go ahead.
Keisha had a question. If my profile is my name, can I change it to LLC? I'm currently in a demo.
I would put the LLC on your challenge account and put the LLC on your profile. But if you're in a demo account that's not reported for tax purposes, you can change from your own account to an LLC. But if you have an LLC, it's also good to have a bank account associated with that LLC. And whatever you trade is going into that separate bank account for the LLC. I hope that answers your question. You can switch over from your name over to an LLC.
Okay, thank you for that response because Ashley had the same question. Are you able to change your account information to your LLC at any time?
Mm-hmm.
So I
And
think
of
you
course,
answered
I'm
her
not a
question.
tax expert, but guys, we have an expert. One of our traders, her husband is a tax expert in this area, and he meets with the team. They can meet one-on-one with you, and they also offer team trainings as well.
Sharif had a question. What is the pay structure? As I think it has changed from monthly to biweekly. Is this correct?
Yes, that's what we're getting to next. Thank you for that, Sharif. So we talked about the pay structure and payments, but the flip side of that is you getting paid. So last week there was big news that affected us all of us FTMO traders. And that is that FTMO platform went from a 70-30 split where we, the trader, receive 70% of whatever we make, and the FTMO keeps 30, to us receiving 80%. That increased by 10%, guys, in our favor. And that's absolutely wonderful. Can y'all say with me, more money, more money, more money? There's nothing wrong with that. Guess what? FTMO is paying out every 2 weeks now, just like your paycheck. You get paid bi-weekly. You don't have to wait till 30 days anymore. That's another perk. That's another bonus. That's another upgrade. So why did that happen? Well, there are different rumors. Maybe it's because there are other prop firms out there that are offering an 80-20 split. So thank God for capitalism, if that is the reason why. Or perhaps the FTMO people were like, you know what? It's just about that time to change. Costs of living increase. It's hard out there, whatever. For whatever reason, I'm not really asking any questions. There has been an increase to an 80-20 split. And in some cases, according to how well you trade, according to your statistics, to your metrics, if they are able to see from their reports that you are a high level trader, that you consistently make wise, profitable trade, that can even increase to a 90-10 split, which is absolutely phenomenal. So yes, Sharif, you were right on that. And guys, I'm just saying, our amount made, our income has been increased by 10%. So who out there knows what else is 10%? Your tithe. So there is no reason that you shouldn't be paying your tithe money, because guess what? God already took care of that for you. He's like, you know what? I know that it was going to be hard with you parting with that tithe money. So I'm just going to give you an extra 10% so that you don't have any excuse. Am I right? Or am I right? So let's keep going from billing to FTMO traders. So why is there not a picture here? Because this area is for if you are an FTMO funded trader only. And what is shown here are the FTMO contracts, which are legal binding documents. Whenever you are offered to become an FTMO funded trader, you are partnering with FTMO like an independent contractor would be how I would compare it. So you do go into a contractual agreement to maintain certain rules, to follow their trading guidelines. And if you break them, you also break the agreement, and you will receive an email from FTMO saying, you're no longer a funded trader with us. Sorry, here's your payout. they won't keep your money, but whatever you made will be paid out to you from that account. You will keep your 80% and they will take their 20%, but you will have to become a funded trader all over again. Which brings me to a certain point. Some people say bunch all of my live accounts together. And I had said the same thing, that I'm just going to go ahead and put it into this one huge $400,000 per month account whenever I stack all of my accounts together. But keep that in mind. If you have one account, you have all your eggs in one basket. What if something unfortunate, power went out, you couldn't close a trade, whatever, something crazy happened, and you ended up losing that account, then you'd have to start all over again. So that's just something to think about. All your accounts are going to be listed here, and it'll say FTMO funded trader. And when you click on that, it's going to open up. It's going to show you all your contracts. It's going to show you all the payouts that you've had. And I love this. Every time that you get paid from FTMO, they send you out a little email with a certificate that it shows you how much you got paid, and you can like keep track of them on your wall or put them in your office, or be like, look what I got paid. I got some ice cream. Anyway, I love to do silly things like that because you know what? I celebrate my wins. I work hard and I celebrate my wins. So there is a scam. I want you to be aware that there is a scam out there of people saying, send me money for your FTMO payout certificate. You do not have to pay anybody anything for any FTMO certificate or FTMO payout. If you ever have a question, just go to the FTMO live chat. Their customer support is very responsive. Another thing about their payouts, guys, don't wait till 12 midnight, till 12:01 when your challenge day is over and contact FTMO and be like, I want to get paid. You have to let the entire 24-hour period of that last day go by first. And then the following day, they will process your profit split with you, because they don't know if at 11:58 p.m. you'll be like, you know what? I want to put in one last trade. That brings me to customer support. See that little bubble in the right-hand corner right there? That is what you click on and you do a live chat. I love their customer support. They give you the choice of sending them an email that you can attach any paperwork, any bulk paperwork that you might have, but you can also make attachments at that live chat as well. They are so responsive, and it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And they're very knowledgeable and they answer your questions right away. So just remember that nobody is going to ask you for money. I'm not going to ask you for money. So if you see something coming with my name on it, that is not the case. Now, I might ask you to join the team, and that costs the cost of tuition because you're going to be receiving a trading education, but that's something different. You're never going to be asked for money related to FTMO. Next portion of the menu is where we see our leaderboard. Some people are very, very competitive and they're like, I'm gonna make it on that top 10 leaderboard. These are the top 10 earners for September 23rd, which was yesterday when I did this slide. You can see the account size. You can see how much they gained on the account. You can see what country they came from. You can see their name, and you can see the profit that they made. OMG. Will you look at that? 57,280 is what this person made. We're talking for a 30-day period. For some people, that's their annual salary. 49,000, 46,000, 39,000. Just picture yourself getting that check, getting that deposit. Oh, that's another thing. You're paid out. However you paid them is the same way that you are going to be paid out. So you can be paid out with Bitcoin. You can choose to be paid out with Bitcoin, with direct deposit or wire transfer. Wire transfer, there's a fee attached. Bitcoin, of course, it really depends on if Bitcoin is shifting up and shifting down. You know, it might shake out that it goes in your favor, but Bitcoin might might go down as well. So be aware of that, the value of Bitcoin. So these are 1 through 10 people, but like I said, it wasn't enough room on there to show. So think about it, guys. You can be on this leaderboard. You can be earning that amount of money too. Not everybody, like as you went down, there were people with, I think the lowest account amount was $100,000. And they showed really nice profit percentages on how much they had made. So our next section here is dark mode. So they have like the best dark mode ever. You can't like see anything at all. I'm just kidding, guys. Just a little jokey joke right there. It's not that dark. The dark mode is like whenever you're on TradingView. As a person with 56-year-old eyes, sometimes the glare of the computer or the glare of the phone really gets to me. So I'll switch over to dark mode and it's much easier on the eyes. Some people like to chart against the black. The colors stand out more. Some people are like, just leave me with my white chart with my white page and I'm fine. And then, of course, the next section is back to the website. It's just a little shortcut. And then you have your choice of languages. You can learn in the Czech language, Slovakian languages, English, Dutch, Vietnamese, or French. And I think that that's important because sometimes some people learn best in their native language. It's just you don't have that added layer of something being lost in translation. Next is our economic calendar. And now we are moving into the apps. Oh my goodness, I have 3 minutes. Ooh, and I have promised you all that I am not going to go over 1 hour. So we're going to make this the last slide for today. And then we're going to continue next week with the apps. Guys, I am like chomping at the bit to go over the account metrics because I'm going to show you how knowing your account metrics is going to tie into utilizing the proper tool to bring you up in the area that you have a problem with or the area that you have a deficiency with, so that you can become a successful trader. But let's get back to the economic calendar. So in the economic calendar, it's going to be similar to Forex Factory. As you can see from me pointing here, the source of it is actually the forexfactory.com. So it goes day by day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. But keep in mind that you are not on the same time frame as the FTMO platform. They're about 7 hours ahead. And we'll go into that whenever we cover the time converter next week. It tells you your low impact, medium, high impact news. The high impact news is going to be in red, and you do not want to trade on a regular count 2 minutes before high impact news or 2 minutes after high impact news. That will get you disqualified from the challenge. It also tells you whenever there's a bank holiday in any particular in a country, because the trades might move, the pairs might move slower in that country because it's a bank holiday. It will also show you whenever you have a restricted time frame, and those will show up in bright red, just like that, or they show up bright red when they're done, but when they are active, it's a bright royal blue, and you will get used to that. You check all that as your DMO, as your daily method of operation before you start trading. Look at the news. FTMO has an option where they can send you an email every night to tell you what the next news is for the next 24 hours. But I just go ahead and look there myself because I want to know. So guys, it's 8 p.m. I know that time went by so fast, and I thank you for sticking around. You will need to watch this video again to just review and become more comfortable with the platform. Miss Moderator, are there any more questions in the chat?
Yes, there is one more question.
Okay.
It is from Sean. And the question is, on a demo or live FTMO account, does the trial end the morning of the expiration date, or would you be able to trade on that last day?
It ends at midnight that last day. But keep in mind, if you live in the US, our midnight is not their midnight. The FTMO platform is on that I forgot what you call it. I'll look on the platform, but it's like a different time zone. It's not CST, but something like that. And that time zone is like 7 hours ahead. So you have to be aware of that. Like I was saying, they wait until that day, 11:59, 12 midnight passes before they shut you down and say, okay, you passed, or okay, you failed.
Ashram is saying that it's CET.
CET. Thank you. I knew it wasn't CST because I'm on Central Time. Thank you, Ashram. Thanks, guys, for helping me teach it. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for coming on a Friday night and for being a community that trades together and stays together. We're going to have FTMO testimonial time next week. I didn't do that this week because I realized that there's so much to cover. It lets you know the people who are right with you in the trenches. Make sure that your team tunes in. You can get answers to your questions live, but if you didn't catch me tonight, the recordings will be available on the team Slack chat or on my social media at Brenda Case Cook on IGTV or YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Have a great week.
Good night,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend, everybody.
Thank you, guys.